So it's the end of the evening. Michael and I are about to just do our last video training, and as we made our sleepy tea, we're sitting here and one conversation led to another, and I was sharing with Michael how middle of the night I was having some conversation with Archangel Michael that was sharing with me a deeper understanding about this particular word, parasites of pain, because this information came through Archangel Michael through me 8 years ago, on July 7th.
No, July 17th, 2017.
July 17, 2017, we were in Los Angeles. So that
which
has
transformed and became the Archangel Michael transformation.
Right,
healing.
that transformed all of your healing.
Everything.
So and that's what you've been facilitating these past 8 years. One of your core signature session is the Archangel Michael transformation healing.
The most powerful healing and life-changing that I've ever facilitated.
Right.
Yeah.
And so many that I've experienced. So I told Michael, I said, Michael, just turn on the video. Let me just share this raw with you. So last night, Michael, while I was, during that time that I got up, so I keep hearing the word parasites of pain, parasites of pain. Especially after the work you did on my neck. I should say my neck, last 3 days was really, really tight here, and especially last night. So Michael started working on my neck with his amazing hands. As he started working, they were really tight, especially around here. And Michael said, which is the combination work we've done, he's like, honey, just go ahead. What is the emotion? Release it. And I knew it was
What's behind the pain? I asked you, what's behind the pain? What do you feel? Because she can go behind the pain and actually visualize and see what's going on.
Right. So when I saw behind the pain, it was sadness, then grief. So I just allowed it. I started breathing through it and started just crying, and a lot had to do with my father, and just started releasing. And as Michael started working deeper into the points and the blockages, and as I was releasing more through the tears and identification of what the emotion was and breathing through it, so it started opening up. So I feel this is very significant, what took place at night, and then this was middle of the night.
And what I usually do is my hands are guided intuitively to not only the meridians, not only to the muscles, but it's as the divine is communicating through my body. So my fingers are naturally drawn to pressure points. I can't even call them pressure points. Let's just say areas that go directly to.
They're like knots, right?
They're like
little pockets
they're like pockets of pain that as I go to them, my hands are being led, and I can feel them intertwine in releasing that tension and that pain
because as you put your finger on it, you can tell it is, and I can feel it
intuitively.
naturally.
I feel the energy of my hand. It's like my hands are being drawn to the areas of pain.
Exactly, and you're always spot on. And what happens when I breathe it and I acknowledge it, then whatever is the emotion, it moves through, and there's usually some kind of deeper breath with it. Then it moves. You can tell, like it dissolves, and there's an opening in my body that takes place.
With an exquisite touch, not too much pressure, but just the right amount of sensation.
So anyway, middle of the night, going back to what happened. Oh, by the way, you're catching us. This is us. End of the night, having our tea. Deep conversation. So welcome to our living room. Yeah. So then, as I was awoken, I keep hearing parasites of pain.
Okay.
So. In that translucent space, I was like, okay, yes, parasites of pain. This is okay. Tell me, what do you want to show me?
And you knew it was Archangel Michael.
I knew.
Okay.
I was like, what do you want to show me? So from telepathically, I was understanding this 8 years that's taken to understand what actually parasites of pain is.
My head's
Starting to buzz.
My head's starting to buzz.
So
like Mount Shasta. I'm starting to get activated.
So it was giving me the sight, an inner sight, inner understanding that the parasites of pain are in the etheric body. They're not in the physical body. Okay. There are in the ether, in the etheric body, in the auric field.
Okay.
And that's how that tapestry that we talked about, that is connected from the etheric body to spiritual body, right? So these parasites are sitting there. And when the human...
In the etheric body.
When the human is experiencing some kind of life experience that causes hurt, these parasites then come into the mental body, then they go into the emotional body, then they insert as actual parasites. They get ingested in the physical body and they remain. So I was being shown like these pockets that you touch, these are the parasites of pain that are stored in my physical body. So by what you're doing, you're helping, and the breath, as we do this release, the parasites are then, well, there's one part releasing, but that's how they're then, it moves out of the pain body, because the parasites is what's creating this pain body.
So it's moving from the etheric to the spiritual.
No. Spiritual is first, then it's etheric.
Okay. Explain to those that may not know the difference.
So you have the spirit body.
Hold on, between
the bodies.
Between the bodies, because we have the physical body, the mental body, the emotional body.
Physical body is here.
Right.
The next body is emotions.
Right.
That's why you always feel emotions.
Right.
Then is mental body. So it's the thoughts that create the emotions that you feel in the body.
Right.
After mental body is the etheric body, your light body, your mental body,
so explain,
your etheric body.
Explain the difference between...
And then is your spirit body.
Explain the difference between spirit body and etheric body.
Okay, spirit body enters the spirit realm and is open, is infinite. It goes out. Etheric body is your light body, your auric field is still closed within your human. The spirit, once you enter the spirit body, the spirit is through the spirit realm, and it goes
my
out.
crown is pulsating right now. I feel like in Mount Shasta, it's like this pulsating.
Yeah, so you're probably getting some of that encoding information.
It's literally going like this.
Okay. But what was so interesting, I kept saying, I was like, okay, it's parasites of pain. Okay, I was like, okay, let me get up and write this. I was like, no, I'm gonna remember. I will remember this. And obviously, I didn't tell you because I forgot till just now. But what I understood was, so the way then these illnesses, such as the big C, is created, is the parasites of pain stored in the freaking body that actually become living parasites. They're in the ethers. Do you grasp what I'm saying?
I grasp that when they're in the ethers, they're feeding upon the physical pain that's in the body.
So they're first in the ethers, right? And they enter through the thought. So it's the thought that becomes parasitic.
I got
And
it.
then
I got it.
it's
So would you say
and then it produces the emotions,
right,
which is those yucky feelings. Then the body feels it. So then the body becomes the vessel, physical vessel that's carrying these parasites. So, but what are people doing? People are doing parasite cleanse on the physical. No, you want to clean the parasites? Clean it in the freaking etheric body first.
And that's what I'm doing when I work within the neck.
So while you're doing this on me, so there's the emotions, right?
Yep.
Then it was whatever thought it was that created beliefs, whatever. So breathing through that. But what needs to be cleared is in the ether, because they're there.
Yeah. So when you say a thought that's parasitic, would that mean
Negative thought.
a negative thought? So any negative thought.
Heavy thought,
Heavy
negative
thought.
defeat, low,
Right.
despair. All of those are parasympathetic. They're parasitic thoughts in the thought form.
Now, could we give?
But they're being fed from the ethers is feeding them.
Could the analogy also be when an entity feeds on an energetic?
Yeah, because it's tapped in
Right.
into the etheric body.
And when
that's how it
I
comes
say an
in.
entity, for example, if like you have an alcoholic that keeps drinking, there are entities that want to feed off.
Because it attaches itself.
Right, it wants to feed off of that addiction, so that entity feeds off of that alcohol, so that individual, so then they have that entity attached to them. Very similar to the parasite. If there's a thought that's negative,
Like suicidal.
like suicidal, or a thought of hopelessness or despair, there's a parasite that attaches to that thought, which then goes into the emotional body, mental body, physical body.
And the remedy for this becomes God Almighty, the Supreme Creator, the Source. So when you start clearing the etheric body, purifying it, baptizing it, cleansing it, it starts. And I feel probably because the last 2 weeks, this water thing that I showed you I've been doing, and every morning I'm like purifying. This is the water of the wellspring. As I drink, it purifies my spirit body, purifies my etheric body, purifies all my body. So this is a living wellspring. Purify. So I understand this puts something into motion. So now my bodies are clearing, because the etheric body is releasing the hooks that it had that was creating the thoughts, the emotions, then in my body, and especially like some of these illnesses that I experienced.
So let me just share something.
Yeah.
As I would like look at it from a disease where we look at the root condition and treat the root so that we can create the branch, the symptom, all the way up. When we treat at the etheric level, we're getting it at the deepest level, because that's
from its source.
From the source of the origin. So what's amazing is, many times, we talk, or I talk in Eastern medicine of, we don't just look at the symptom, we don't just look at the cause, we look at the origin of where the source is at. And as, my head's just really buzzing right now. As you're explaining this to me, and as what I'm feeling right now, it's amazing to see the awareness of where that original source is, and most importantly, see how when you treat it from the source level, then you're able to treat all three levels.
Not from source level, like you mean
from the etheric
cause
level.
of it.
So I'm saying like when you come from the etheric level by treating it at the etheric level. Sorry, I say source. The etheric level, by treating it there, then it automatically impacts the spirit, the spiritual body.
No,
not the spiritual body. The mental body, the emotional body, and the physical body.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it trickles down. So remember, Archangel Michael was showing that. Remember, I was telling you, like I was seeing the tapestry of life.
Yeah.
So the tapestry of life is light filled.
Okay.
It's all like this web of dance of life.
Okay.
So when the etheric body has become parasitic
Yeah.
because of pain, it is reducing the level of luminosity, which makes sense because that's your light body. How much light you're illuminating. That's where the Christ light is from here broadcasts out. So when that light is dim in the auric field, it's not radiating its natural presence.
That Christ crystalline light.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
diamond light, the
diamond light.
eternal light.
Right.
Right? When the auric field is bright
Yeah.
in its natural essence, it's luminous. So when a person walks in the room, it's luminous, they're radiant in joy and celebration.
Yeah.
And you can see it's vibrant. And that web is connected to the universal web. And it's dancing.
Right.
But when it is the parasitic pain, what was the word? The parasites of pain.
Yes.
Because it's painful, right? As emotion, energy in motion, so it's dimming that light because it's not radiating its true essence. It's the opposite. It's when you're in, just like our physical body, when we're in pain, we're retracting. It's a retraction of that light. Do you understand?
And so would you say, if someone were to say, why I'm attracting that parasites, it's because there is a negative thought or emotion that parasite feeds upon?
I wouldn't say it like that.
Okay, how would you say it?
What I would say from what I was saying is the auric, the light body has
Diminished?
no, yes. So for example,
Or has a hole in it?
well, that's how we would call that as well. So if you look at it, we've had many lives, right? And we are simultaneously living parallel lives, universal lives, past and future. All of this is happening now. Yet these parasites that are more connected to, let's say, painful memories, painful experiences, painful things, and when they're sitting in the field, a person is not radiating their true natural joy. So it is producing then these denser thoughts. It's creating then denser emotion. Then person is feeling more denser.
Okay.
So then the body is becoming filled with parasites of this pain.
And would you say, just for someone that may ask from just a mental frame of why these parasites are here, it's because there are these memories, these thoughts, these unresolved trauma that's been in the field, or like what would you say the reason why?
I didn't have that full, I don't know that, maybe that was shown to me. I honestly wouldn't be able to tell you, but I was just having the understanding that they're there first. That's how they appear in them in here. The thing that I would say is whatever the human is experiencing, right, through its interpretation of a situation, it will impact its auric field.
Yes.
So for example, you could have a bumper to bumper hit, but the individual that's very connected to source God may be like, oh God, thank you so much, this is a divine experience.
Right.
It's not creating
That impact.
parasites of pain in the auric field.
Versus if the other person had a PTS experience.
Then it would create
Gotcha.
that.
Gotcha.
Do you see
It
what I
makes
mean?
perfect sense.
So then these parasympathetic, not the parasympathetic, these parasites, they remain as pain in there. So then it translates in this way, and I got to see that last night, and how it
I'm
diminishes.
feeling my crown right now.
It diminishes the movement of light, or the dance of life, with that light. So I literally saw that last night from a telepathic inner understanding. What the whole point of last night was to understand what parasites of pain actually is.
Wow. And I remember.
I forgot to tell you that.
And I remember when Archangel Michael said that. He said that in such a stoic voice, because he's like, it's the parasites of pain that have been gorged within the human body.
Yeah.
And when he said gorged, it was like gorged. And so as that channel came
But I don't
through,
think I ever really understood it. This
was-
is 8 years later.
And 8 years later, I wrote in July on the anniversary that part of the channel, which we still have recorded, that really stuck out to me, because I was like, wow, it was so profound, because what we're receiving is years and years, there's layers and layers uncovered. So thank you, honey, for sharing
And
that.
I feel like last night, like this was, the work you did on me, I was speaking to you about that pain. Like it was just, I was crying so much of emotional pain. But if you look at it, that was parasites of pain.
Yeah.
Going back 8 years ago, a different layer of it. Look how deep it is.
Yeah.
And this is what turns into disease.
Yeah.
But we don't even understand it's happening.
Because Western
Because it's
medicine
not
or Eastern medicine
movement.
is not classifying it from that high of a level.
No.
It's only looking at the perspectives it sees. As I was having a conversation today, that we only analyze it from what the mind understands, but beyond the mind, it's not aware of that.
Or it's looking at it just from a physicality.
From a 3D dimension.
Literally physically, it's
Yeah.
not looking at it from the emotion,
The multi-dimensional,
mental,
yeah.
multi-layered, multi-dimension,
Yeah.
the different bodies, and where it actually is starting.
Well, thank you, honey, for sharing it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Archangel Michael, and thank you for this activation that's happening to me right now, because this hasn't happened since Mount Shasta.
No.
And I feel this is
Since last year.
what has been part of my journey, and this was intuitively brought to me of sharing more of these conversations and sharing what I believe everyone should know, and understanding the origin and the roots of what hasn't been taught to us, so that we can find a clearer way of not only treating it, but that awareness of understanding it, so we can take control of our emotions, we can take control of our thoughts,
Yeah,
and our
and to
responsibility.
recognize we can choose. And I feel the key part of it, this is what we have the ministry. We get to sit every Monday night with our members, to sit, like I'm starting to grasp, my human self is catching up and understanding deeper. Every Monday night that we get to sit in this space where we're breathing, we're relaxing, and we're allowing the breath to move through the bodies like a dance, right? In the appreciation love. And that's it's opening up these pathways, right? So in essence, that's the antidote, remedy, because I'm witnessing the transformation in myself. I'm witnessing the transformation in you. And of course we're doing deeper inner work, but there's something else, right? So these inner pathways are opening. As they're opening, the body wants to release the pain of the held energy of these parasites, because it is actually foreign to it. And the more we're claiming our God truth, the truth of that essence, the more the illusion of it is being exposed, seen. So it's moving out, and as we're breathing it, we're no longer contracting with it. We're not coming in agreement with it, so that it can truly be free from our consciousness.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny? We were gonna do our podcast today. We didn't do it, but this is like
Exactly
way
what we
more
were
than
doing.
the podcast.
Because
like way more than the podcast, right?
Because divinely, when we're
Like,
called
so
together,
perfect.
we share this, and this is what Honey and I do. Whether it's 3 in the morning,
Yeah.
in the morning, over breakfast, behind the scenes, we have these very deep conversations. So this is an example
so welcome
of us.
to our living room.
You know, welcome to our living room, raw and real,
And jujuberry and pineapple are here
Right.
to our birds.
and just the ability that when these things happen, we are so
I'm so glad I remembered to tell you.
we're so deeply interested and passionate about sharing this. So we turn the camera on because it's not just for us; it's for those to
We just
understand.
leave it for you. Also, whether it resonates with you or not, it really doesn't matter to us. It was the inner.
Heart standing.
It was the between the dimensional planes. The information was revealed, shared, and got to interact with it. So I'm just sharing it
Well, you're
openly right now. So
And you're sharing it,
for
and
those-
it's activating me in a way that I haven't been activated in a very long time.
right. I mean, again, it's not about it's. Some of you will receive it, some of you don't. We're not here to
To each
try
their
to
own.
each their own. We're not here to convince anyone, but we're just continuing the evolution of what is being bestowed upon us, so that we can serve it here on this plane of reality, and bring solutions, the higher solutions, the higher understanding, the higher answers from the higher planes into this plane of reality. Because we've done this many lifetimes now. Here back again, we're in this form, and we're very human, yet there are these moments that we open up, and the access is so open, and the information just pours in. And this was one of them, middle of the night.
Wonderful. Thank you, love.
Sure.
I love it.
So much love. Leave your comments if you like.
See what you feel, see what you think, and
And especially those of you that have had the Archangel micro transformation.
Yeah.
We really want to hear from you. There are like hundreds of you over the years, so many countries. It would be great for you to watch this, and
especially the life-changing experiences that has elevated,
That
because
people
people have
have had.
gone so much. So thank you, Ani, and thank you all for being here and listening to, once again, another, what we would call, tea time talk.
maybe we should do this.
Maybe this is a raw and real podcast.
Maybe this is it.
It's all being unveiled in perfect timing, because we say we know when we're going to talk, but then it happens just like this. So thank you for
I
joining.
love it.
Alrighty.
Okay.